All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to tonight's Tuesday stream here at the Card Guys YouTube channel. Today, we are going to be looking at Flurry tokens in Warriors. Now, if you've been watching for the last couple weeks, we have been looking at Hala, and we've tried a few different builds of her. I think she's a little undercooked at the moment. She needs probably a couple more cards that, and then maybe she'd be a bit more competitive. At the moment, kind of reminds me of Jarl or Valda. They're not quite done yet. So yeah, we're going to be looking at either Bolton or Dorinthea today. Now, I put a poll in chat, so we'll let you guys kind of vote on what you guys want to see today. I'm actually kind of tired today. I don't know what's either the season's changing or something. I feel there's a little bit of like brain fog right now, but we're gonna be playing decks that I'm very familiar with, so it shouldn't be too hard. I think the Tech Levasan episode yesterday kind of hurt my brain a bit because there was a lot of things that I had to relearn about the game. And there's actually some interesting takeaways from that stream yesterday. So please vote in the chat for what you guys want to see. Yeah, we'll get going soon. If you guys haven't seen our spoiler video yet, well, what are you doing watching the stream and you haven't seen the spoiler video? The spoiler video was good fun. Damien and I recorded a couple scenes, and then I kind of recreated Leaf Green's Pokemon Leaf Green's battle style for a few of the scenes there. Since I'm going to get a ton of questions about the card, I'll just kind of go over it really quickly right now. So yeah, this is the card. You know what? Let's just look at the full art version. Look at that. Ooh. When they originally sent us the card, guys, they sent us this version. I was like, okay, cool. And then I discovered there's a full art version. So you get to see this he might be a guardian hero, he might be a warrior hero, we'll see, but he looks damn cool. And he's this is an interesting card. So let me break it down a little bit about my thoughts. I do have a impact of video that I'm going to record, and then we'll publish that in the next few days. But basically, this is designed for Hatchet Warrior. Now, technically, you can run this in DGA. Technically, you can run this in a Guardian. But this is definitely at home in Hatchet Dory, or Hatchet Kasai, or maybe even Hatchet Bolton. Hatchet Fang, I don't think is a thing. Hatchet Hala is not a thing. Hatchet Olympia is currently a way to play him, but as soon as he gets his specialization weapon, I don't think he's going to be running it. So basically, there are 3 heroes that can use this, and this card is very similar to a card that was printed before called Poison the Tips. Now, Poison the Tips was a yellow, it was a ranger card, and it basically had the same text. It was a 2-block. And that never saw play. Now, the difference here is that warriors have guaranteed 2 attacks. Assuming you're going to keep your hand to play this, you're going to have 2 attacks, maybe 3. Either through Dorinthea's hero ability or through Flurry tokens. And you also have access to attack reactions. And there's a third point. You have access to those 2 things, but you also have the core identity as a mid-range hero. So because you're a mid-range hero, you want the game to extend, especially considering you're going to be running Dynamos with this almost certainly. Although I did have some ideas that maybe Bolters is playable. Well, I'll kind of go down that rabbit hole, and we'll see. But you need the game to go a certain amount of turns. And this card forces your opponent to block, or they just don't get a turn. So whenever you resolve this and you have go again, your opponent is forced to interact in a favorable way for you. You might have heard me say many, many times, small ball fab. Small ball fab is playing 2 cards and defending with 2 cards. Or technically you defend with them first, and then you play out 2 card hands. And that style of fab, 2 cards, 2 cards, you know, the Ira style, the classic Hatchet Warrior style, heavily favors the dual wield warrior. You never really want to engage with them on that axis because they're sending above rate damage, and then they are refreshing Dynamo, so they're just extracting a ton of value out of their deck. So I think this card also is going to cause the dual wield warriors to be a little bit more aggressive. Now, this is why I mentioned there's a possibility that Bolters is better than Dynamos, which I know sounds absolutely crazy, but it is possible that dual wield warriors actually don't want the game to go ridiculously long. So, and especially considering now that, you know, we have things like Sharpened Senses and Jagged Edge and stuff like that, like we could build the deck in a much, much more aggressive fashion. So, yeah, I do think this is just going to cause dual wield warriors to be built more aggressively. If you put this card into a more defensive shell, I think that's fine, but you're definitely going to have to use your life as a resource. So, yeah. All right, let's check the chat a little bit. Is Axe Dory back? Definitely could be with this card. Are there any Guardian Axes? Yeah, Lyeth got a new one. And Pleiades' Moment Maker is a axe hammer. I have a Troll Hatchet Olympia deck. Hey, that's not really a troll deck. That is one of the legitimate ways to build that hero. I think this leans more towards whenever Guardian gets an axe. I mean, I don't think a Guardian is going to run this card in their axe build. Like, if you don't have the power halving of DGA, like, I don't really see it at the moment, but we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, this is definitely a card that I'm going to be looking at quite a bit and you know, playing with. Let's also take a look at the other card that we got today. That, I mean, if you're a Bolton fan, this is an interesting card. This is definitely going in my combo Bolton deck. Let's just put it that way. If you're playing Raiden Bolton, I think this card is also okay. And now this is the 3rd blessing that we've gotten. And blessings aren't particularly good in Prism, so this is kind of pointing towards a new hero in Monarch 3, which is coming out later this year. That's the fall set, is Monarch 3. Set 20 or 21. So this card kind of indicates to me that we might have either a new class, maybe Light Cleric. I don't even know if that's a thing. Or they might have a new Light Warrior, Light Illusionist. Because these blessings don't fit nicely into Prism, and they're just okay in Raiden Bolton. So, we'll see. All right. Looks like the people are split in that half of you want Bolton and half of you want Dorinthea. But I provided 2 options on the Bolton section, so the votes got split. All right, so I guess we'll just go with Dorinthea for now. We might play a couple Bolton games at the end. So a little bit of a benefit for you guys that are here early. All right, so Dorinthea. Dorinthea. So the latest build. This is the one that I took to Memphis. This is the one that got blown up by Acilio on stream. I think we need to adjust this quite a bit because obviously Acilio is going to be changing radically, and Victor is the top deck at the moment, so we need to figure out something. Now let's take a look at these cards, and we'll see if any of these will make it into our Dorinthea build tonight. All right. Obviously, none of the armor is going to be making the cut. Deadly Display. Basically, if it has the word sharpen on it, we're not going to play it because I don't think you can sharpen Dawnblade and then... I mean, you technically can sharpen Dawnblade, but the whole point of Dawnblade is to keep your counters. All right, so if it has sharpen in it, we're not going to play it. So no Deadly Display. Gleam of the Blade. Creating a Flurry token as an instant might be good enough. Now, obviously, this is going to be competing with the Puncture and the Jagged Edge slot. But maybe going higher on attack reactions is the way to be playing. So definitely going to consider Gleam of the Blade. Polished Blade has Sharpen. Silver Drop has Sharpen. Toe the Line is another card that we could play. In fact, I'm pretty sure we're going to play at least 2 of these. Now, we could combine this with... There's some interesting strategies when you combine this with Take It on the Chin, because you're guaranteed to get 2 hits, which is quite nice. So definitely going to consider this card. I don't really like this card in Hala. I don't think I would be thrilled to play this in Dorinthea either, considering we're not making that many Flurry tokens. Sharpen. Backside of the Blade. Blue Twinning Blade. Is this card good enough to replace one of our blues? Maybe. Having this as a tutorable, probably as a 1-of, I could see. Sharpen. This card is interesting. This card is very similar to Provoke. It's like, oh no, we can't get over, so we'll just create a Flurry token to draw a card. I think our blues, we're probably going to be playing Shuck and maybe Backside. We'll see. Olay, maybe. Edict has Sharpen. This has Sharpen. Shuck, good on turn 0. I don't think we're ever supposed to... Maybe, like, against Victor, if we block down to 1 card, we're supposed to play this instead of attacking for 3. Maybe. Has Sharpen. Okay, so, to summarize. Gleam of the Blade. Toe the Line. Backside of the Blade. Olay, maybe. Shuck. Those Discord pings are coming from the stream? No. I don't even have my desktop audio on right now. Light Cleric, Shadow Necro for set 20 could be, yeah. Light Shadow Wizard and Illusionist just to make everybody unhappy. If they made back-to-back Illusionist Wizard Runeblade sets, I would rage. I want to see Minerva resurrected as a Necro ally to stunt on Bolton. Oh no. Polished Blade is probably the only card that... Polished Blade actually doesn't say Sharpen. You're correct. this is a really weird card because if we have a +1 counter and we draw this, it's very tricky, but then we lose our counter. So what are we doing? I don't know. This seems very sus. Asking for a redhead prism feels very like a Curtis thing to say. Curtis loves redheads. Mm. You get 2 modes out of this if you have a +1 counter, which is interesting. This seems like a trap card to me. Yes, it does have Go Again and Twinning Blade stapled together, but I would rather just protect my counter with the attack reaction. All right, so let's throw those cards into the deck, and we will do some tuning, and then we'll play some games. All right, so what did we say? We said Gleam. So we'll add this to the maybe board. We said toe the line. Add that to the baby board. Backside of the blade is very expensive. But hey, we're here to try things. Away. And Shuck. Your Dory, you're going to have a +1 counter. All right, guys. We'll try it. I don't think this is a good card. Do you think we'll get another Warrior in Monarch set? I'm worried if we get Bolton 2, then current Bolton will never leave. I kind of doubt there's another Warrior in Monarch. We already have 6 now. That's getting a little high. Although, to be fair, Guardians are also at like 7 or 8 right now. I've finished foiling my deck. I wouldn't mind it. I just want to see some heroes get their time to leave. All right, so let's look at what we have to play with here. Okay, so we want to incorporate these. Let's start with the blues. So this is the Unga Bunga version of Dorinthea, which I do think actually is the version that benefits the most from the Flurry tokens. Because if you got a Flurry token and a Twinning Blade, like I don't know how you're getting that much Go Again, but like in theory you can quad hit people. Like previously you were not quad hitting people unless things really lined up. I could see you quad hitting people once in a while. So we're gonna run the Courage version for now. All right, let's incorporate some blues. So let's take a look at our blues. Beat of the Iron Song, too good, not gonna cut it. Diamond Amulet, too good, not gonna cut it. Emboldened Blade. All right, we're gonna cut this. We're gonna move 2 of these out. Glint, too good, can't cut it. Hit and Run, too good, can't cut it. Nip is basically copy 4 beat, so we'll remove this. All right, so we've removed 3 blues already. Overpower blue. 1 is just important to have, so we'll keep it. 3 provokes. I don't know if we need 3 provokes anymore. We'll go down 1. So now we have 4 blues open. Trot Along, too good, can't remove it. And then we got 2 potions in the side. We could change these or we could keep them. We'll see. All right, so we need to add 4 blues into our deck. So it's probably 2 Shucks, Honestly, Olay and backside as singing targets might be kind of interesting. So let's just try it, try it like that. Yeah, that's You know what? Let's go up a blue. So we'll play the full playset of Shuck, and we'll remove one of our E-pots. Okay, so we're playing a little bit higher blue count than normal. All right, so we've incorporated the blues from the Hollow Armory deck. So we went up one backside, one Olay, 3 Shuck, cut 2 Emboldened Blades, an E-pot, nip, and a Provoke. All right, how do we incorporate these reds? Blade Flurry, too good, can't cut it. Iron Song Response, there's a world where you run 2. Maybe. Lead with Speed is good. Sometimes you do draw 2 of them and it's really clunky. Puncture is good. Sharpen Steel is also good. This is very tough. We might cut the Dauntless package, actually. Let's cut the Dauntless package. That has always been a contentious card. All right, so we got 3 slots. We can probably add like 2 Gleams, 2 Toes, and we'll find a cut somewhere. And we'll add a Polished Blade just so we can try it. So we have to find 2 cuts somewhere. Are you going to get Marvel Dawnblade? Well, the thing is, I already have a gold foil Dawnblade, so I don't know if I'm gonna do that. I'll probably have a look and see how pretty it is, and we'll go from there. Does anyone remember Bravo? I remember Starvo. Ed Knight remembers Bravo. That is true. Still coping for an Axe Warrior that isn't DGA? One day. Probably not this year, though. Because all of the Mastery Pack Warriors are sword-based. Emboldened Blade is mid. Yep, that's why we removed it. I do like Emboldened Blade for the mental damage, though. Is Ed still in the Card Guys? Ed is still part of the Card Guys. He's just been kind of on a hiatus. What is your anti-fatigue plan? We resolve all of our reds and hope we get there. That is our anti-fatigue plan. All right. We need to remove 2 cards. Let's go down on our non-attack actions maybe slightly. So I'm going to remove a Lead with Speed and a Sharpen Steel, and we'll see how this feels. So we added 2 Gleams, 2 Toes, and a Polished Blade. I'm very, very, very skeptical of this card. I have a feeling I am going to hate this, but we will see. All right, that's 59 main board. That's a lot, but that's fine. Ratios remained roughly the same. Yep. All right, so we have a bunch of okay. I think this is. Oh yeah, this is actually the Patreon version of our Dory guide. So you know what? I'm feeling generous. Here you guys go. This actually has a lot of the matchup data or matchup stuff as well. So if you guys want, my thoughts on all the matchups and stuff, It's included in the deck list, which is kind of cool. All right, some of the matchup buttons will probably not work because I just changed a bunch of cards, but the general idea is there. All right, let's go play some games, see how this goes. In theory, having a few extra attack reactions will help us against Victor. So we'll see if that is a true statement or not. All right. RF Hala cards when. That is true. Every single one of these cards, other than, you know, the equipment and the weapons, are non-foil, which is kind of annoying. All right, Mario. All right, where's our Mario button? We have our Mario button. All right. All right. So we're going to play a long game with Mario. Which I'm still not sure if this is right, but we're going to do it. Nice, slow, long game with Mario. All right, let's go. We didn't even get one rainbow foil out of the playsets like the last Armory decks that were cheaper. Yep. You're on Huntsman's sideboard, not Mario. Oh, no! Oh, no! I messed up. Oops. Oh, no. Uh-oh. Oh, no. All right. Let's just see how it goes. Let's just see how it goes. I think with these two cards, we might actually get some damage in, so I'm going to go for this. Normally, you're not supposed to attack like this. Really? No blocks. Interesting. No reactions. Wow, he took 6. That's not what I expected. This is very risky to put this card in Arsenal, but we'll do it. You hit your Huntsman button. My bad. My bad. All right. What'd they do? Saver, swing. Is that what happened? Saver, swing. All right. And we don't have a prevention effect, so we're kind of boned here. So we're going to get flicked. He's going to draw 2 cards. I mean, this hand with Glistening and with Swordmaster Shine, I kind of don't want to block, so we're not going to block. Did we talk about the spoiler card? Seems good. Trying to figure out which 3 cards you'd take out from your PQ winning Kasai deck list. I actually think you're supposed to cut some of the D-Reacts, because that card makes your deck more aggressive naturally. So, all right, so we got marked. He drew 2 cards. Sure. If we had a prevention effect there, that would have been goated. We also just did draw like a clump of blues, which is kind of sus. All right. All right, let's do a little bit of calculation. This costs 1. Swing costs 1, so that's 3. This costs 3, potentially 2, depending on, you know, if they let the first attack hit. So we need 2 blues at least. So technically we don't need one of the blues, but we can just arsenal it. So I think we're just supposed to say no blocks. It's just vanilla damage. We need to be brave. Normally I would drag the game out, but we got like a pretty strong attack here. All right. We are not marked, and they already flicked. They might have something like a Reaper's Call to discard, but I highly doubt it. But we can just prep our boots, because we're likely to have tempo this turn if we attack, so. We're not marked, so they don't get to roll into something, so we'll see. All right. So the agility token kind of going to waste, but it is what it is. All right. Let's see if we can get some Dawnblade counters. So this is interesting. We could pump it by 1. Bait out the D-React, because it's super obvious he has a D-React. If we play this, he's not going to play the D-React. Unless he has 2. All right. We'll just go like this. If he has 2 D-Reacts, so be it. Ooh, okay. All right, so we hit. That's very nice. I'm not going to blow bolters, obviously. So based on his armor situation, and so I don't think he has a 4 block in his hand. So he might give up some armor. So like a card plus armor or 2/2 blocks. So this actually might get us 2 +1 counters, which is kind of cool. So we get 2 modes. Maybe he has a prevention effect. It seems unlikely, but go again is useless here. None of his cards gain power, so yeah, we'll just go like that. All right. If we can secure 2 Dawnblade counters, which we can, sweet. Okay, so we got a bunch of Dawnblade counters. Can we keep our Dawnblade counters? Seems possibly difficult. All right, so at least we can like throw 12 at them, force something out. No indication what this card is. Maybe it's not a D-React. We know that. I mean, I think we'll just let them flick, then we'll play the sync. If they have a pump, which they very likely do. I kind of want to go look for an attack reaction. So I think we'll sync the Sharpest Steel. Now, we still might lose a card here, depending on, Yeah, okay, so T-Tox, sure. All right, so we'll just lose the... We'll lose the Glistening. Max pressure. This is actually interesting, whether we empty out our hand or not. Like, if he doesn't have a D-React, we're going to get value. If he does have a D-React, like... I think it's actually correct to bluff that we have an attack reaction here. Yeah. So we got extra value by not playing this. If we had just thrown this, he would have blocked the same way. At least this way, there's some ambiguity to what we're doing. All right, we got a nice hand. These two combine really well together. We're not going to discard Gleam. Very interesting. Okay, looks like our opponent's just going to concede. Interesting. I think we were in a good position there. All right. Well, warm-up game. Warm-up game. Warm-up game. All right, let's play another one. Ah, yes. They are close together. Oops. I did say I was a little bit tired today, guys, so you'll have to forgive me. Still Kasai over Dory for hatchets? I don't know. I think they're both pretty good. Okay. Interesting. I don't have a hollow button, so we'll just go with the Kabuto, because that's what you're supposed to do. Now, Warrior games can go very, very long. In fact, I think this is a load the whole deck type of situation. Generally, I don't like glistening against Warriors and Guardians, but I don't see how this game ends in a reasonable amount of time, so we'll just board the whole deck. All right, opponent's going first, and we did draw a Gleam. I think if they just pass and we discard this, that might incentivize them to hit us, so I don't know. We'll see. All right, Brimming Blade going to sharpen twice, pitching Swordmaster Shine. Okay. Edict, and Are you going to pitch your last card to attack? You are. Interesting. Okay, so this is very face up, so we block twice. They'll Paragon Plate down to 5, and then they'll swing again for 5. So if we don't want to take damage, we cannot create a Flurry token. And I don't want to take damage, so we are just going to block our hand. Not having a Flurry token is totally fine because our opponent's not going to have an arsenal. So we'll just block this out. Also, our opponent loaded Anticipating Gaze, not Kabuto. So if they make a play with Brimming Blade, like we could kind of get in there. His hand's not very good if they don't block. We do what we got to do. Very likely to not block. Or just block with boots. If they just block with boots, I think we just deploy these, arsenal this. I think it's totally fine to arsenal a conditional pump. All right, so we'll give it +3. And we'll just pump it. All right, that was basically 4-card 11. Nah. But that's what's going to happen when you load your whole deck. So, of note, our opponent did load 60. So, all right, Sharp Incline. This hand is not that great, so we're going to probably block down. Second Brimming Blade. Pitching a Sharp Incline. Okay, so this is 6 into 5. So if we Kabuto this, we block for 7. Are we going to get a better Kabuto than this? I don't think we will. I'm not very familiar with when to Kabuto Hala, but this seems good. Because they're going to attack for 5 and then reset Dynamo, so we'll just do this. This actually becomes interesting because if we sink for a blue, I don't know. I think we just keep this hand. So we'll swing with the we'll pitch the Determination to swing. We'll see what they do. Loading in 60 makes me think that they aren't running D-Reacts as well, so we'll see. There's a chance we don't get Reprise. If they block with just armor, we would be kind of sad. Like that. Well, our opponent likes to play like this. Okay. No, we're not supposed to deploy our boots. All right, so we did IP1 there, but we have worn down all their armor. Cut and Carve. That's from Pen, not from the armor deck. Interesting. Okay. Sharp Incline. So they're going to have dominate. Okay, so we did draw glistening with the Flurry creation. So this is a turn where maybe we go with the courage play. Let's see. So we have, if we have a Flurry token, we can swing 3 times. Glistening is one source of go again. And Glint is the second source of go again. So we need this card to... Oh, he's playing that card. Oh no. All right, I think we just block with our armor and go for the triple hit. We do need to discard this somewhere. Technically, we don't need our bolters for this next turn. Oh, jeez. All right, we were supposed to use our our armor on the second swing. Oops, we took 1 extra damage there. I forgot this includes equipment. All right, so they're using Polished Blade. Additional attack discount. Okay. How does this have go again? If you have an additional attack, like... All right. This... I don't think we actually need to use the courage yet, because we might... It's yeah, okay. Yeah, we don't need to use the courage yet. Technically, we could get reprise on the second swing with our glint. This is actually very deadly together. Flurry plus Glistening Steel Blade. There's no good block here. Unless it's a D-React from Arsenal, like, yeah. Okay, so we'll get our +1 counter. We don't need to destroy that. All right, we have 2 more attacks here. So as long as we have go again, we're good. Here I'm going to use my boots, and then I'm going to pitch the glint. This saves the courage, which I think is a little bit more important here. Just in case our next hand texture is kind of weird. All right, so we can go bracer, swing. Well, we went from 0 counters to 4 counters in 1 turn. That seems pretty good. Hello, Damien. How are you doing? Been trying Hatchet Dory. It's fun. The new card got me hyped. Yeah, I mean, I've been enjoying Hatchet Dory for a very long time. All right, just like that, we have 4 +1 counters. And what did I just say? Yep. Very important to save our courage. We're gonna sink the Blade Flurry, see if we can find a go again source. Or we could sink the Puncture. Because if we find a 0-cost go again, we get to play a nice clean turn with courage. It doesn't really matter what our opponent's doing. We're not really blocking this. So we sink. If we sink into a blue, then sinking the Blade Flurry is better. If we sink into a go again, then sinking the Puncture is better. I think I'm going to sink the Blade Flurry. Because there's a chance we draw a yellow that doesn't cost 0. Okay, that's not good. Okay, so we're just gonna block with the Puncture and pitch the lead with speed and swing and go from there. If they throw their whole hand down plus bracers, that's 13. So this doesn't get over it. Who blocks at +6 anyways, though? That's kind of weird. Okay. Whole hand plus this. And they are running some 2 blocks, so... Yeah. Playing the one from Arsenal is probably better. We'll just keep our counters. All right. We drew a absolutely nuts hand. Holy shit. Okay. Well, if only they attacked us. If they had attacked us and we had a Flurry token, this turn is unstoppable. I mean, this turn is already probably unstoppable, considering this wasn't a D-React. They would have used it. So they have 12 block. So technically, they could have 14 block. But that doesn't get over this, so... Whole hand plus armor still doesn't solve the problem. Probably going to end up pitching this toe. Yeah, we'll just clear the arsenal. Draw from Supremacy. That is not the greatest draw. No, that's wrong. That's wrong. I'm supposed to play this. We're just supposed to take the random arsenal. Yep. Their hand did not block very well there at the end, so... Yep. Glistening Steel Blade plus Flurry token equals good. Confirmed. Oh, sorry. There we go. So, we're not supposed to bring in everything. Just keep our ratios consistent. This is actually probably overboarding here. Let's see. Because remember, my buttons were for before we made all the changes. I know as counterintuitive as it sounds, I don't think Sync Blow saves you at all. You just got to get in their face. All right. We are going first, so we want to... Okay, we'll be disconnected. Okay. I was going to say, I think we're going to come down to 60. We still haven't seen this card yet. All right, Fang, I'm just going to click the Dorinthea button. Should be relatively fine. Authority of Ataya could be good if they are on like a more mid-rangey Fang. So, yeah. Oh no, yes, you. This is a pretty Fang favored matchup, in my opinion, so he should be fine. 66 sounds high. All right, we'll just run it. We'll just run it. All right, we are going first. 61. Now, this either means he's running like 3 to 60 reacts or he's running like 15. So, I think the Blade Flurry is better than the Unsheath, so we'll just go like that. This is the oldest trick in the book, guys. All right, our opponent is a good player. They are overblocking on turn 0. Good job. We technically could get 1 damage in here. I guess we should. They marked us. Sure. We are marked. Oh. Unsheathed would have been nuts with this hand. Mm-hmm. All right, so we gotta... Right now, we gotta figure out how we bait the Kabuto out. This hand looks like a very good Kabuto baiting hand. So we basically go Supremacy, Lead with Speed, Swing. We use the Beat for Go Again, or Boots for Go Again, either one. But we do need to get rid of this, so... I think I'm inclined to take 1 here. I also think in this matchup, we need to use this pretty aggressively before he gets 3 fealty, but... yeah. If we had used Kabuto, we would have guaranteed that he used Kabuto. So there's that. All right, so remarking. This I kind of want to block just to keep him off of it a little bit longer. If he has a pump, he has a pump. Whatever. Oh. Well, this guy's pretty good at getting 3 fealty. Okay. Congratulations, Fang. You have 3 fealty. So what did I say about using Kabuto aggressively? Oh, boy. If we had Kabuto the first attack, his whole turn stops. That's crazy. All right. 3 fealty turn 1. Yep. That is pretty good. Well, that's annoying. All right. We got to go for it. Draw, hopefully a blue. Sure. All right. We're going to blow our boots. We got to be aggressive. Got to make him give us Dawnblade counters in exchange for keeping his fealty. This is very interesting. If we draw a Blunton, he could lose all his stack. So this is probably an instant. That's what that means. Because this is so risky to do this. All right, we have an agility, so I mean we're just probably keeping this hand, right? Like, this is just a race. We're probably keeping the determination to pay for things. Yep, there we go. See? Yep, it was an instant. Especially considering that he had Blunton in his previous hand, so he's acutely... It's like on his mind. That... Okay, so... Trying to think like macro strategy here. If we get Kabuto'd here, how bad is that? We would IP2. I think it's fine. It's almost certain we're going to get Kabuto here, but we got to do it. Yeah, he had the dream hand. I know. Walking down to 1 card again. Okay, so this, if he doesn't block with Kabuto, he gets blown out by Twinning Blade. We still have 1 Swordmaster Shine as well. We don't have a route. It's a little bit tough for us to get over a giant overblock. We'll see. This feels like an armor jam from him. Because I think him debating on this block means that he is susceptible to a Blunton, so he can't block with everything. Okay. I was completely wrong, guys. Okay, so we don't have a second go again source. Which is it? Do we go through this might sound crazy. Do we just pump to 12? 4 plus 3 is 7, go to 11, 12? I think we just go through him, which sounds crazy. Let me think. I just told him I'm thinking. If we grab Twinning, like, this card could rot in our hand. This costs 1, this costs 1. We also could, I don't think we boarded in Agile Engagement. Agile Engagement would be great to grab here. All right, let's just play this. I don't think we brought Agile Engagement in. We did not. It's actually interesting. I could also grab Provoke, which could make him really susceptible to a Blunton. But I don't think that's what we're doing. All right, I think we go with the Blade Flurry. That'll get us to +3. That's a little... Just extra damage. Ideally, we would go for the Agile Engagement, but we don't have it. All right, we're gonna go through our opponent now. Oh, that's so interesting. Oh, if I this was the wrong card to grab. I was supposed to go over by 1 and then save this. I was supposed to go grab Iron Song Response to go 12 against. That way I get to save this for next turn. Math is hard. Yeah, it's fine for him to reset his armor. I love how creative they're getting with modern hero powers, but it's pretty rough watching the WTR slowly fading away, 1 RTN at a time. Hey, man, I said I was going to drag Dorinthea across the line, and I meant it. All right, so our opponent is going to get to end with an Arsenal most likely, unless we draw Blunton. So that makes it much harder to stop the stack. Okay, so... All right, we drew Shift. That's very interesting. These two together is very interesting. This whole hand is actually super interesting. We're 1 resource off of playing a really nice hand. We don't have boots. It's kind of a... Okay, so, I mean, we're basically just going here, here, here. Arseling this is the play. If he Kabutos us, we'll shift and then. Well, I guess we'll see. I mean, we're not blocking this, so. Yep. Deal your damage to us, Fang. This is a race. So he's gonna get to Arsenal card. Gonna be able to block with the full hand now. I think we're gonna get Kabuto'd here, so I think the correct play is actually to play this out. This doesn't have go again, though, face up. That's the thing. We're less likely to get Kabuto because we don't have boots and we don't have a face up go again. This costs 1, this costs 1, swing again costs 1, and then this costs 1. That's too much. I guess we could technically Arsenal this. That's actually pretty good. Let's do that. But we're going to get an agility token from this, probably. Okay, whatever. 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 We're overthinking this. What's up, Josh? Good to see you, amigo. Hope you're doing well. Yep, I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well as well, Andy. I have not been that good at predicting Kabuto usage from Fang in particular. I think that's because I have the least experience with this warrior. Wow. Huh. Interesting. Very interesting. I mean, this is what the deck dictates. Maybe we were supposed to swing for 5 and then push over the Iron Song response, Arsenal Swordmaster Shine, but this is the more conservative play. We're going to get Kabuto next turn for sure. So this would have been helpful to prevent that. So. Yeah, we're not going to see... So we played our first Swordmaster Shine turn 0. Yeah. It's interesting. Most people don't block the second one if they let the first one hit. So that's... I think... Do we push for 1 extra damage here? I don't think we do. We've already protected our counters. We don't need to protect them. All right, so we're going to get Kabuto'd because we have an agility token. So, I mean, we don't need all these cards. We don't need this card in particular. There's a chance he has an instant in hand, so I don't want to lose a value, so I'm not going to block this. We do need to start thinking about... Also, important to note, if our opponent had kept a 5-card hand, we would have been able to Kabuto for a lot of value. Interesting. Okay, so we're just assuming we're getting Kabuto here. So we're just trying to protect our counters, so we're going to block with this. And we're just going to play our turn with these cards. If we get blunted, we'll lose this, which is kind of... is what it is. Yeah, life is low enough that this should get Kabuto. It's interesting, their attack pattern was Fire Vein into 4 the Drakai, set a card into Arsenal. Very interesting. I don't know if we can beat a Fang that literally their first turn got online. It seems hard. Seems hard. All right, we'll just protect our counter. Sink below from Arsenal. Yep, so now we got to do it. This hand's good. This hand's very good. I feel like we might get tempo, so I kind of want to prep this. Because I think our opponent's going to have to lay their hand down. There we go. Tooth of the Dragon. 19 health. We're fine to save armor here. It's also a world where we have to use our courage this turn. We'll see. This is very interesting. They're down on armor. They like if they move the Draconic card into Arsenal, they actually can block quite a bit. This could be the second time where they are blocking like at +6 or 7 or 8. We only have +5 in reactions. Uh-oh. Okay, we gotta get lucky and draw something useful. That is not useful. Oh no. Okay, so we probably just lost the game. Very unusual to block at +5, but I guess you do what you gotta do. I think we just... Pretty sure we're in a really bad spot here. We're going to draw 2 cards. One has to be go again, one has to be a resource. It doesn't have to be a resource card. Do I want this card? I don't think I do. I don't think I want either one of these cards. A little bit unlucky there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I played one on turn 0 and I just pitched one. Most stories don't run 3. This is not a good hand. If we play small ball with Fang, we're going to lose, though. So I think we have to play the hit and run. I think we just have to play these two. This feels bad. Playing hit and run for go again is not how you want to do it. Mm-hmm. We have not seen a Blunton yet. That is unfortunate. Okay, because they don't have grains, I don't think they can block 11. What did I just say, guys? Well, this guarantees to get an extra value because he can't swing with this. Let's see. So we break courage, supremacy swing, twinning beat, and kind of go from there. Is that good enough? He's never resetting his dynamos this turn. Right? Because he'll come off an arsenal, which is super dangerous. The thing is, I haven't seen a Blunton in 7 turns. He might think I'm not on Blunton, which is kind of crazy, but... Like, this only gets 1 extra value, which might just be good enough. I mean, this hand is the hand we have to keep, right? Like, we drew really well. And we actually don't have to give him information because we have extra resources, so... Yeah. Alright, we'll take our 1 extra value here. Of note, our opponent literally made 3 fealty, hasn't made a single one yet, so... Crazy. Alright, our opponent has shown twice that they are willing to throw their whole hand down. Or almost their whole hand down. So this likely is a 9 block. Maybe an 8 block because they have a 2 block attack reaction. Very interesting. We don't have to use this yet. If we draw a 0 cost go again, that's going to be so good. Beat of the Iron Sun, good card. That's the worst card to draw! Oh my god. Do we take 1 extra? I think we do take 1 extra value here because this makes him think that we could have lethal. Yeah. There's so many things that kill him here. So, yeah. Oh, brave. So brave. Sharpen Steel and Arsenal's better. What is this hand? This hand doesn't have go again. Interesting. We might actually resolve Olay. Although Provoke could also win us the game. It's really tough here. We might die by... Yeah. Ugh. I was like, hold on. We could actually die from 10 to like Hunsite and stuff like that. Okay, so he didn't go... Like, okay, so he's coming off an Arsenal, which is very interesting. Okay, so we got an extra card in hand. We actually probably don't even need this card either, but... 1, 2, 3. We'll see. Yep. Bracer swing, right? Yep. Okay, so if we draw a Blunted in the next hand, the Provoke plus Blunted actually might get him. If he doesn't draw an instant. Like, there's no way we're actually breaking through, so the Provoke is going to have to be key. It's actually very interesting. We could actually Olay as well, but we're going to draw a random card. I don't think that's good enough. I think we need to have him lose his fealty stack. Is taking 3 damage better here? Our opponent is heavily incentivized to keep just a single card. This goes to 7. So block here. 10. Okay, so keeping this is correct. Because we get his whole hand. Or, yeah, we're going to get his whole hand here. Yeah, this is correct. Double pledge fealty? Oh, he's dead. He's dead. The bad card killed you. GG. Guys, we beat a Fang that got online turn 1. Holy shit. Alright. GG. Our opponent linked their list, which is kind of cool. I guess we'll copy it. Alright. He wants us to rate his deck list. Okay. Alright, we'll take a look at your deck list. You can watch the game back on the screen. Alright, let's take a look at his list. I like this card. This card's nice. This looks very standard. Preference, cool card. This looks as standard as you can get. Seems fine to me. Most things, I think, run a little bit more D-reacts, like with the Den of the Spider and the other one, like the ones from Hunted. So that might be, yeah. I'm going to tell him look standard. Might consider the Hunted D-reacts for more marking. Yeah. And no yellow scar is also interesting. Somebody pointed that out. Although, I mean, Smoldering Steel does, like, yeah, change it a bit. This card I've always gone back and forth on. Like, if you like that card, you like that card. It's fine. I also think, what's it called? Hunt to the Ends of Wraith is a good meta include. Yeah. Anyways, that was actually a pretty good game. That game was actually, like, very, very down to the wire. Because they got online, like, super duper fast, and we basically had to, like, be really, really aggressive with our hands. But yeah, that was a very, very interesting game, actually. All right, GG to my opponent. GG, I was the Fang. Well, hello, Doom Boy. Nice to play you. I have 200-ish games on Fang. I don't like Smoldering Steel or Perforate, but that might just be preference. I think Smoldering Steel is, like, just good enough. Like, we're not playing it because of Jarl and Icelander. It's just, like, it's probably on rate damage, but then it blocks 3. So, and having a little bit more draconic attack reaction density doesn't hurt. All right, we still haven't resolved the Polish Blade yet, guys. I don't know. I don't know. We haven't. We've seen Toe the Line with Glistening Steel Blade once. This card has just been expensive Iron Song response. So I don't know. It's a block 3. Literally the only reason. Yep, exactly. Exactly. Still unsure. Jarl, generally want to go first. They have a bunch of stupid things that they can do to us in turn 0. This matchup is hard. Potentially. Never mind, our opponent doesn't want to play against Dorinthea. Triple Swing Dory is so good. Yeah, I mean, if you can combine Total Line, it can be kind of crazy. TSA pre-check. Man, TSA always deck checks me at the airport. All right, Katsu's interesting. I don't think the headpiece matters that much. I think Crown, we'll just go with Crown. Blunted is kind of annoying for them, potentially, so we'll run that. Sync blows, I think we have to be kind of aggressive into Katsu, so we're going to run those. One thing I'm already noticing is, like, as soon as because I upped the attack reaction count, we're already, like, at 66 cards. Like, maybe we cut the Jagged Edge, because this isn't, like, if we're running Gleam, do we need Jagged Edge? Maybe Jagged Edge goes to the sideboard. All right, we're going to keep Polished Blade in there because, you know, we're testing. And you know what? We'll just trim these down a little bit. We want to see this, but we don't want to see 2 of them. So. We'll cut a blue as well. All right. Replaced Blade Flurry for me as a Draconic React. Yeah, Blade Flurry, like, is above rate damage, but, like, you gotta have extra. Do we blunt in here? I think we do. This will just end the turn. And then we can Gleam. I think it's safe to Gleam because he pitched a Rushing River. What in the world is this? Huh. Very interesting. We have a Rushing River Flood of Force deck. Okay. Yeah, I don't think they're going to be sending. All right, so I presume they're going to Arsenal. That'll give us the opportunity to play this. If they want to throw their card into us, whatever. I don't think they will. That's why we block the second Karachi. Okay, we have a Flurry token. All right, so I think we go hit and run. What a weird hand. We don't want either of these. All right. But maybe in some weird world we'll actually like play this. We'll see. Okay. Did not block. Okay. Bracer. Swing. They're not going to block. Do we bolters this? Probably not. I don't want either one of these cards in my arsenal, honestly. We might just crown. We'll see. All right. Okay, we have go again. We might just crown this. This hand doesn't actually like do anything except get a Dombley counter. It's not actually that threatening. All right. We'll see what else he does. Oh, this is Wetsu? Yeah. Flood of Force, Rushing River. Glistening is not main board. Yeah, Glistening is not main board for me. I think we just play this hand. Oh, shit. I forgot about that. Yeah. They also give a bunch of new shurikens, which is kind of cool. All right, so we're going to get our first Dawnblade counter in a cheap way, in theory. They're not going to block this. And then we're not going to use bracers, so then it's very obvious we have an attack reaction, so they're not going to block. Or they're going to do it. Because they had an extra card. Sure. All right, cool. We got a Dawnblade counter for very little effort. All right. Hard cross strap break. Surging strike. All right. Okay. Well, I kind of just want to block here and with one of my blues and get this out of here. Or I could block with all my armor and kind of go from there. That actually might be better. That might be better. If he has Ancestral, we can this. All right, Crown Trigger. Get a new card. All right, we drew this card. Let's see if it's any good, guys. All right, so gonna give +1 to this. Okay. So now we're gonna toe the line. We're not gonna let him draw. We're not gonna let him discard the Crouching Tiger to go find something. If you want to tutor, you are going to have to do it the hard way. Do you just naturally have Whelming? Oh, you just naturally have Whelming? Even the promo Whelming? Let's go. All right, so this is essentially 5, so we have to block 5. I'm going to block with this card because it's bad. All right, and we're going to keep the rest of our hand if we can. All right, you want a Kodachi S? Go for it. All right, with the Flurry token, this is an unstoppable turn. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't think we puncture here. If we puncture here, he's going to have to de-react, which means he doesn't have to for the... let's just puncture here. Because he blocked with his boots. Get a little bit of extra value. Huh. I think we do keep the twinning in our arsenal, though. Having 3 different auras that pop at the start of turn is really funny for my Banana Blade Vestige Flurry meme Bolton list. Yes. You are a super blessed Bolton, aren't you? Just joining. Sorry if it's already been asked a lot already. Is the new Axe card going to make Hatchet Dory good again? Yes, it is a great card for the deck. All right, third Shuriken on the board. It's pretty good. Okay, how do we play this hand? Supremacy, lead with speed, swing, right? Like, pitching these. This at least forces his whole hand. 2, 3. No? He actually doesn't even have enough armor to cover. If I lead with determinate. Okay, you know what? Let's do the more risky play here. This is. Am I supposed to use this here? If we draw a go again source, we're gonna be. Okay, no, okay. They just gave up. Is there a go again source on top? No, there was not. I think these two cards, like, we didn't even have to like push the sword forward. He was like, "Oh, I'm screwed." Life deficit, no chess piece, no arsenal. It's got 3 shurikens out, but I think we can close the game out before those actually become a huge problem. All right, we've been on a roll tonight. We've been winning games. We've been winning 4 games already. All right, we'll take them. I think if you just pitch lead there, if no go again, the twinning is abandoned, so you IP the lead with speed. Yeah, I was leaning towards pitching the lead. Yeah. Feeling a little bit more awake. Swinging Dawnblade always makes you feel a little bit more awake. All right, Bolton. Kabuto. Agile is quite good against him, but it's a 2 block. Some Dories like to play for fatigue against them. I don't think that's what we're going to do. He might have Toe the Line. No, he probably has Edict over Toe the Line, so I'm going to remove the Jagged Edge. This card's bad. I'm not going to... we're not going to play it anymore. And I do think we can go down a blue. No Agile engagement. Is that correct? It might be. Glistening Steel Blade is also a little bit questionable. All right, we'll go for it. We'll go like this. All right, they did Fat Deck. And they do not have Kabuto because most Boltons have like 14 pieces of armor in their sideboard. This is a really interesting hand. Wow. Huh. All right, we're supposed to block with one of these plus Toe the Line, I think. This is actually so weird because this is so weird. Maybe we're supposed to block here and here, which is so weird. This is such a weird hand. Maybe we're supposed to block here, just discard this. Maybe that's the correct play. That seems kind of weird. Alright, whatever. We'll do it like that. I think we're also supposed to discard this. We want to find active cards to play with our glistening and our flurry token. Okay, holy shit. Holy shit. We have 2 sources of go again, and we have the ability to hit 4 times, so that doesn't, the math doesn't work. Alright, so we just go glistening and swing. Are we supposed to determination this? It's just going to get armor if we do that. This is the tankiest loadout that you could get with Bolton. Huh. I mean, we don't have... I mean, yeah, we're supposed to play this. I don't like Arsenling Twinning Blade, but it'll be fine. All right. We're doing our best Quicksilver Prodigy impersonation here with the Flurry token. I have not seen these arms in a while. This is a very... Huh. Okay, so he's got 1 prevention floating. All right, so I mean, I think we're just going to have to play like a tempo game. All right, we got a Twinning Blade, a Glint. It's pretty good. So they're just going to pass back to us. And there's only one way to play this hand. This is actually the 3rd warrior that's challenged me today. It's actually interesting. All right, Blade Flurry. Glint. Soul Shield. Saving Grace. Both. Neither. Interesting. All right, so we're just going to keep up the pressure on this Bolton. There is the threat of fatigue, even though we didn't board. I think we boarded like 61. So we'll kind of play it like how we play against Vincent. Spirit of War. All right, so this is the one that on hit gives a courage token. So we don't really want to give him a courage token because it enables other turns. I think this is pretty straightforward how to play this hand. We got the option select for our go again, which is actually kind of cool. Might have a beacon here. We'll see. All right, just going to convert the Raiden into, or a soul into 3. Sure. Yeah, so this says attack action cards only, so we're free to let this hit. If he gives this go again, I'll be surprised. Yeah. All right, so we will pick the go again option that is better. Of note, damage can't be prevented. Very relevant, because this prevents damage. Okay. So blocking 3 against 4, so probably has a +4. So here, I think we're supposed to go again. Damage can't be prevented. I think it's the same. It's the same actually, but this will eat the prevention, I guess. On this, no, it's not going to hit. We're not hitting this turn, so that it actually doesn't matter. We'll just do damage can't be prevented just in case. But this does like threaten that we have a +3 that he can't stop with a D-react. Okay. So we hit. Oh, sorry. That's wrong. This is interesting because very likely to get reprise, and then we can glint twinning. Looks like no reprise. Okay. Okay. They're keeping a 4-card hand. We have a second Dawnblade counter. We drew Singing Steel Blade with Twinning Blade in Arsenal. That's deadly combination. All right, Bolt. Very likely has a way to go grab Lumina Ascension. So this basically stops the turn. Normally you use Kabuto against V turns, but he doesn't have Tunic, so this is like, yeah. If he has Steel Hand, like he doesn't get value from this. If it's Beacon of Victory, he doesn't tutor for it. Yeah, he'll just tutor for something else, which I guess is okay for us. I don't know if this is the correct block. We have 2 Siggy Steel Blades, which feels like overkill. All right, let's just go with it. I feel like this is Beacon into Lumina. Or he had Lumina already. Interesting. All right, so wow, that just completely ended his turn. Huh. So I think we did the right thing there, guys. All right, very likely we get reprise. If we don't get reprise this turn, we're going to IP a little bit, but he'll be low, so we should be okay. Okay. All right, so we're going to use our boots this turn to keep the pressure up. Do we play this for 1 value? I think we do. We were supposed to brace her there for sure. Because if he gives us reprise, we get the glint, and we get to draw a card to pitch for a Dawnblade. Oh boy, this is going to hurt him. This is going to hurt. I think he has multiple Luminas in hand. Well, we don't block this. We're actually probably blocking with this turn, though. We'll see. I'm guessing that he has multiple Luminas here. Yep. Damn, he got the spirit out just in time. Yep, multiple Luminas. All right, so he gets to smack me a ton this turn. 3 more times for 6. Oh, boy. So we did a very, very good Kabuto last turn. But in reality, maybe holding... Like, if you hold Kabuto, they can't go for double Luminas, which is actually interesting. You let them have their double Luminas, or not... You let them have their double swings, you don't let them have their triple swings. This is actually a quad swing here, which is actually the crazy part. Are we going to get reprised next turn? I don't know if we will. I think we have to keep this hand. No blocks. All right, so this is actually really bad in many ways. He didn't have to give this go again. I don't know why he did this go again. All right, so we're getting completely smacked around here by Raiden. Yep. That was a good turn. All right, so lesson learned. If they want to swing twice, you let the Bolton swing twice. You just don't let them swing 3 times. All right. All right, I think we're going to get reprise here. But if we don't, we're a little sad. That was a big turn. That was a really big turn. Please give us reprise, Mr. Bolton. Thank you. Oh. Oh, that's convenient. That is convenient. Is this even the... Yeah, we'll go for it. This is like the worst Arsenal card ever. I guess technically if we have go again and he full blocks us and we don't have a twinning, or yeah, I guess sure. Oh. My man. This is a lot of soul though. 9. We're at 14. This is dangerous. I mean, we can't even push over, but I mean, these 3 cards work together fine. Very likely to throw the whole hand down. We play the Shuck out. I think we arsenal the Swordmaster Shine. Take 3. This is not the correct way to block Bolton. Block Dorinthea, sorry. This is less useful with this in Arsenal. I think we should just play this for no value. When would this be good? If we have Go Again. This might actually be good. If we draw like Go Again, any Go Again plus this is very threatening. Okay, we'll keep it. We'll keep it. Let's see what it can do. Because we're gonna get attacked this turn. Okay, there's Seacat. Okay. I mean, this hand is not good because it doesn't have Go Again, so... we're getting low enough that we need to respect this. I think our play is Determination Swing. So... this card's so bad. Like, what could this be at worst? Like a Snatch or Illuminate? Those are very, very... I think this could be like a Battlefield Beacon. Sure, that could be Battlefield Beacon. Okay, we'll just go like this. We might pitch this just to... yeah. This will be 7 dominate. Oh, Beacon of Victory. Okay, all right. You got it, bro. Burn your whole soul. That was a Rage Beacon of Victory. Because this is going to kill him there. Good game. Well, we did see a ridiculous turn for Bolton. That was crazy. But we still got there. All right. Dorinthea has slain all of the other warriors. All right. Well, that was like 5-6 games there. Let me check. That was 5 games. Okay, 5 games. But I think that's a good place to kind of chill. Flurry tokens in Dorinthea. Potentially good. You need a lot of Go Again. Either from agility tokens or things like Unsheathed after you have a Dawnblade counter, or, you know... yeah, those are the main ones. Agility... I mean, technically you can use a lot of your blues for Go Again, like Glint, Trot Along, Hit and Run, Beat of the Iron Song, even Diamond Amulet. Like, Diamond Amulet plus a Flurry token is actually super annoying. So I think the correct play is to play some Gleam of the Blade and play some Toe the Line. Polish Blade I don't think makes the cut. I'm 95% sure Backside of the Blade is just too expensive to play. I don't even think a one of is like that important because you would grab Twinning Blade. Backside of the Blade is basically like playing Nip at the heels. It's like, oh, I ran out of all my beats, so at least I have a Nip. You can think of it the same way. It's like, oh, I ran out of all my Twinning Blades, at least I have a Backside of the Blade. But I don't know. Olay, we were tempted into playing and resolving it once, but I don't even think that card makes the cut either. Shuck, I think, is acceptable. Turn 0. Your best turn 0 could be literally Lead with Speed, Shuck, Arsenal, a threat. That would be the best. Is there ever a Raiden Flurry build with Glisten? Glisten is actually a very interesting card because it carries over. It's a 2-card 4 if you only attack once. but it's a 2-card 8 if you attack twice. So the thing is that Raiden would have to be online, which means you have to keep 2 cards to charge, and then you have to pitch a card for Glisten, and you have to have like an Edict of Steel or some similar type of effect like Illumina. Seems very, very magical Christmas landy to me. Hear me out, Rainbow Hit and Run. I think there's actually enough. We'll go back to the deck. There's enough natural go again that. So the Flurry token is dangerous when you have go again, because Flurry tokens are basically Twin Blade. So I think lead with speed should be back to 3. You aggressively chase Dawnblade counters because it makes Unsheathed really good. And if you have a Flurry token, a Dawnblade counter, and Unsheathed, that's a really good turn. Shift the Tide of Battle just for the agility tokens. I do think that's not bad. Shift the Tide of Battle is very interesting because a Flurry token, Shift the Tide of Battle, a Dawnblade counter, and a blue is so damn annoying. Well, technically, you don't have 2 sources to go against. Maybe, I don't know. I still think that's pretty good. Yeah, I do think Jagged Edge might go to the sideboard because Gleam is just. All right, let's clean up this deck list a little bit for you guys. Okay, so Jagged Edge to the sideboard. We're gonna remove Polish Blade because it's bad. We're gonna add back our lead with speed. Back at 80. Backside of the blade, I don't think makes the cut. Olay, I don't think makes the cut. So then we have to add back in 2 cards. We'll add back in our Provoke. And I think you're supposed to play at least 1 Emboldened Blade or 1 Nip. It's dealer's choice on that. We'll just play the Nip because Emboldened Blade is very difficult to use unless you're a very, very experienced player. Okay, so something like that seems stronger. Yeah, so 2 Gleam, 2 Toe. Blue count is 1 higher than before. Yep, this looks fine. This looks fine. Yeah, this looks good. Okay. All right. For those of you guys who want the deck list, here you go. It also has a sideboard guide, so there you go. This card also means you need to be very strategic with your boot usage. Because if you give go again to the first attack, and then you attack again, and then that hits your Dory ability triggers, you want to be able to give the attack go again with your boots. All right. Okay, guys, I think we're going to wrap things up. Tomorrow, Nathan is streaming, and Damien. So if you want to check out Betsy or Silver Age discussions, that will be tomorrow. I will also record a Impact of video for a bit off the side. If you guys haven't watched the spoiler video, go watch that. That's pretty entertaining. Yeah, if you do want some thoughts now, I kind of talked about that at the beginning of the stream, so you guys can go rewind. All right. This has been Josh Laugh, the Card Guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.